This week, the passing of an internet security policy pioneer, free stuff for open source, leaking nothing but email addresses, bumping bug bounties, too many secrets, making hacking back legal, leaking spy programs in the news. This week, also Jason Wood joins us to talk about ransomware for dummies. All that and more on this edition of Hack Naked News. This is a Security Weekly production. Brought to you by, do you have a website, an external presence, employees, an office? Any of these things can be compromised and attacked. How are you defending these assets? Have you penetration tested these public assets? Start 2017 by taking a proactive approach to securing your vulnerable areas. Black Hills Information Security has been helping companies find their weaknesses since 2008. Email consulting@blackhillsinfosec.com and see how they can help you sleep better at night. IT Pro TV, an easy, entertaining approach to online IT training. Access over 2,000 hours of up-to-date, high-quality video content live and on demand via your PC, mobile device, and more. For a free 7-day trial and 30% off the lifetime of your account, visit itpro.tv/hacknaked and use the code HN30. Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Hack Naked News. I'm your host, Paul Asadorian. I'm broadcasting live from G-Unit Studios in Rhode Island. A couple of quick announcements to get us started. The 10th anniversary edition of Source Boston is being held this April, including training sessions on April 24th through the 25th, and the conference talks on the 26th and the 27th, featuring great speakers from our security community. Events will take place in Boston at the Courtyard Marriott downtown, and Security Weekly listeners get a $100 discount on either training or conference passes when you use the discount code Security Weekly. Visit sourceconference.com for more information. InfoSec World 2017 is being held on April 3rd through the 5th at the Omni Orlando Resort at Champions Gate in Orlando, Florida. Security Weekly listeners receive 10% off that conference or a World Pass when using the code OS17-SW. Hear more awesome talks and more. Visit infosecworld.misty.com to register today. That's MISTI.com. IT Pro TV's courses now include Exchange 2016, Wireshark, ECIH, and ECES. IT Pro TV is introducing a new membership level starting this month, on March 8th. Wait, tomorrow's the 8th. Okay, so it starts tomorrow. The new standard membership is $57 a month or $570 a year. Includes access to the on-demand course library, live chat, and Q&A forum. The new premium membership level is $85.70 per month or $857 a year, and includes access to all of the standard membership features and unlimited transcender practice exams, virtual labs, and access to the enterprise portal. Downloading courses is available with annual or standard or premium memberships. Last announcement for today, we're excited to be attending and covering the 13th Annual Secure World Boston Conference, March 22nd and 23rd at the Heinz Convention Center in Back Bay in Boston. Secure World brings together New England's cybersecurity community for high-quality training, collaboration, and networking. This year's theme is Surviving the Siege, Medieval Lessons in Modern Security. Don't miss presentations from Larry Wilson, Esmond Kane, Sandra Bakic, and many more. And earn 12 to 16 CPE credits along the way. Security Weekly listeners get $100 off this conference off your registration pass by using the code Security Weekly on the website secureworldexpo.com. On to the security news for this week. We start off by remembering the passing of Howard Schmidt, one of our industry's renowned experts on public policy for cybersecurity, passed away last week at the age of 67. Schmidt served as the top White House cybersecurity advisor under 2 presidents, in addition to his roles as CISO of Microsoft and eBay. Most notably, he was the cybersecurity coordinator under President Barack Obama and served as the White House Special Advisor for Cybersecurity under President George W. Bush. For those not familiar with his career, please take some time out of your busy week to remember him and learn about his accomplishments. HackerOne is offering open source projects free access to their platform. If you're involved with an open source project, check out HackerOne's new program, which provides now a free framework for bug bounties. The HackerOne Community Edition service was announced this week and grants qualifying open source projects free access to the professional edition of HackerOne, though HackerOne will still receive 20% of all bounties. The services are otherwise free if you meet the requirements. To qualify, your open source project must be older than 3 years, active, and covered by an open source even initiative OSI license that allows software to be freely used and modified and shared. This is a great contribution to the security community, and one I will hope help open source projects get some much-needed eyes on security bugs. That big, scary 1.4 billion record leak was essentially just email addresses. Last Friday, Twitter user Chris Vickery reported that he was going public today with a massive data breach of 1.37 billion records. Turns out that the leak was 1.37 billion email addresses amassed by River City Media, or RCM, an internet marketing business apparently based in Jackson, Wyoming, that claims to emit up to 1 billion emails per day. Those emails, you ask? Yeah, they're spam and marketing crud. This is what happens when someone forgets to put a password on the database. Whoops. Spamhaus has blacklisted the RCM's entire infrastructure, meaning less spam for the rest of us. A happy ending indeed. Google and Microsoft have both bumped up their bug bounties. If you're into the bug bounty thing, you can now earn more money from some of the industry software giants. Google's priority remains remote code execution flaws, which can now earn you up to $31,337. See what they did there? 31337. That's really snarky, Google. Google's ceiling for payments used to be $20,000. Microsoft also increased its payouts, but only for a 2-month period. And for a handful of services, including Outlook.com and Office.com, which we can only speculate need further security testing. Full details are on the way from both companies, so best to check their individual programs for more information and, well, security bugs. To keep Tor hacking source code secret, the DOJ dismisses a child pornography case. During Operation Playpen, the FBI seized and operated a known child pornography site for 13 days before closing it down. During that period, the FBI deployed a Tor exploit that allowed them to find out the user's real IP addresses. Rather than share the now classified technology, means that investigations used to locate a child porn suspect, federal prosecutors in Washington state have dropped all charges against the man accused of accessing the Playpen website, a notorious and now shuttered website, of course. Truly a case of top secret information, bringing to light the fact that the data itself isn't always what's secret, but how it's obtained is even more secret. And, of course, concerning that guy got off. Deplorable. Active Defense Bill has been introduced, and this new bill aims to make hacking back legal, from what I've read. The Active Cyber Defense Certainty Act identifies victims as those suffering from persistent unauthorized intrusion of their computers. According to the proposed bill, active cyber defense would constitute measures taken by the victims that include accessing the attacker's computer without authorization in order to learn enough information for attribution that can be shared with law enforcement. The bill specifies that victims cannot cause destruction or endanger public health or safety in the process. This is truly a double-edged sword. While it's aimed at protecting the victims, what happens when an attacker uses this to wiggle out of convictions? Also, how do you know who you're really attacking back? We'll keep you posted on how this one turns out. It sounds like its merits are in protecting the victims, but that doesn't always work out in cases of hacking back. WikiLeaks has published documents from what it says is a trove of CIA hacking tools. WikiLeaks published the first in a series of documents that disclose some CIA hacking tools. These tools, WikiLeaks claimed, and I quote, permit the CIA to bypass the encryption of WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, Weibo, Confide, and Cloakman by hacking the smartphones they run on and collecting audio messages and traffic and message traffic before the encryption is applied, end quote. That doesn't mean the CIA has broken the encryption of these tools. WikiLeaks' claim is based on their ability to root these devices. Go figure, a spy agency is using hacking to spy on people. And now, Jason Wood joins us to talk about ransomware. But first, a word from our sponsors. Gain control of cyber risk with Tenable.io, the first vulnerability management platform built for today's elastic assets like cloud, containers, and web apps. Discover a fresh, asset-based approach that prioritizes vulnerabilities while seamlessly integrating into your environment. And improve ROI with the first elastic licensing approach based on assets, not IP addresses. Tenable.io delivers the data and context you need to secure your elastic attack surface. Start your free Tenable.io trial today by visiting Tenable.io. Has your network been breached? Cybereason can help you answer this question. Cybereason products hunt for threats within your network and eliminate them in real time. To Cybereason, real time means within seconds. Founded by former military hackers who don't play by the rules, they've built this experience into their platform. Harness ingenuity and imagination, not just code, to defeat attackers. Cybereason, disrupt the adversary and let the hunt begin. Logarithm's Netmon Freemium delivers real-time network visibility to quickly identify emerging threats in your IT environment. Netmon Freemium is a free commercial-grade network forensics and traffic analytics solution. You can use Netmon Freemium's powerful capabilities to search against all observed network traffic, identify abnormal traffic patterns and application usage, and quickly analyze full packet captures. Take the first step towards real-time network visibility. Visit logarithm.com/freemium to learn more and download it today. Welcome back, everyone, to Hack Naked News. We're here with, of course, Jason Wood from Paladin Security. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Paul. Good to be here again.
Tell me about ransomware. Woo!
So this story was something that I found on Brian Krebs' website, and he calls it Ransomware for Dummies. And the application that he's talking about is something called Philadelphia, and he describes it as ransomware as a service. Basically, you pay $400 and you get lifetime updates to this software. One of the interesting things about this application to me, or this article, was he links to the video advertising Philadelphia. It basically has a very slick, professional-looking ad to describe and demonstrate the features and functionality of this ransomware. The link to Brian's article is in the show notes, and I'd encourage everybody to take a look at it to really appreciate how dumbed down the makers of this ransomware app have made the process of deploying ransomware and holding people hostage. Looking through it, I watched the video. I mean, it's got reports, charts of PDFs. You can track your malware campaigns, support for all kinds of different languages. So this week I'm attacking the United States. Next week I think I'll go after Portugal and maybe Germany after that. Just by clicking a drop down.
Is this like a cloud-based application?
Well, it's not. And this is what I find to be really interesting. And I kind of got a little snarky about this because you've got a $400, you buy it, you get all of your upgrades and everything like that for free, but it has built-in command and control, which runs on your Windows box that you're generating the ransomware on. So you can either run it as a bridge or, as they describe it, or as a VM. And by default, this is going to link back to your system. So I don't anticipate he'll have many repeat customers because they're going to be really obvious and get caught pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, because it takes some skill to obfuscate your IP address. Admittedly, not an incredibly high level of skill, but certainly some skill. And then, of course, we covered the story earlier in the show about there are Tor exploits out there that the government is protecting that could get you pinched as well. What I find amazing, Jason, is the evil bad guys are like into marketing now. Like I think that's really funny, actually.
That was what I mean. I was just like, check this out. These guys have been looking at all of the marketing information that's out there and have decided, okay, let's start packing this thing up and selling it to consumers. We're going to start pulling in people who wouldn't do this in the first place, but now, I'll give it a try because it's point and click. Let me check this box here and here, and now I have infection via USB and the network. Or I can, click and customize my messaging, just type it up. It's very, very simple to use. That's why, like I said, go check out the video because that's kind of impressive. One thing that's a little amusing to me as well is it does have an option in here after you have infected people and stuff like that to have mercy on them. They, get a message back saying, no, please, I don't have money for this. And my grandmother's pictures were on here, and the bad guys can, okay, click, you're unlocked. Also has an interesting time bomb feature in it. Again, where, you put up a timer and it says, all right, I'll give you 2 hours. And if I don't hear from you after that, I'm going to delete 20% of your files.
Wow. That's pretty mean.
Kind of shoot the hostage and sent you to save the others.
I mean, doing this level of advertising, though, it's only a matter of time before someone buys a copy and reverse engineers it and figures out a way around it. Now, that is a cat and mouse game, but
they've already saying
buy it. It's kind of weird.
They're already saying this is a variant of an existing virus that it's using in their packaging of it. It's going to get flagged really quick. But because of the marketing, because of the ease of setting this up, I mean, you're going to start essentially creating this arms race, marketing race, and of driving down the price of ransomware kits, I would guess, as the ransomware makers are competing with each other for now consumers. So
yeah, and usually when you buy nefarious stuff like that online, there's a command and control infrastructure that you as the consumer control to the people that you're infecting. Typically embedded inside of that code is also a command and control infrastructure that goes back to the original sellers of that malware that let them control it as well. Because, I mean, you're dealing with shady people, right? So, and if you're marketing this tool towards an attacker who doesn't have the skill level to either acquire or build such tools themselves, you're probably, as the seller, banking on the fact they're not going to look in there for a back door, which essentially, in the hierarchy means, I got people paying me $400 for this software, but I can also access all of their stuff too. I can extort more money from them. I can potentially access all the people they've ransomware. So really, you're just paying money to help someone build up their botnet and evil infrastructure.
Oh, come on now. They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they're criminals.
Nice.
They're totally going to follow the laws, right?
Absolutely. Good marketing, good business practices and stuff.
Yeah.
Never violate customers' trust.
That's usually how those things, when I've looked at them, Jason, is how they pan out is the purchasers of those, because the fact that if you buy an evil piece of software online to do evil things with, if it doesn't work, it's not like you can call law enforcement and say, hey, this person just stiffed me out of $400 or whatever, or is extorting money from me, because you're already committing a crime by buying the software that's clearly intended for you to commit other crimes. So there's no recourse. It's the Wild West. So
a bit of a snarky part of myself looked at it and said, gee, maybe I ought to make an app like this that doesn't do a doggone thing but market it and sell it.
And that happens too.
Report me to?
Yeah, exactly, and that happens too. So all kinds of shady stuff. The internet is an evil, bad place. It's just
shenanigans.
Awful place, as is evidenced by today's story. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about with respects to this news article, Jason?
The only thing that I think it's just going to be interesting to watch to see how this develops. Our other ransomware makers going to start following this path of trying to get some slick marketing and opening up to a new group of purchasers. So it'll be fun to watch and see how this develops.
Absolutely. Jason Wood from Paladin Security, thank you very much for joining us today on Hack Naked News. Thanks everyone for listening and watching, and we'll see everyone next time.